Question number 6. Order. Order. I might have to be asking one particular member to cease his interjections. They are now continuous. Phil Twyford, question number 6.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is for the Minister for Social Housing. Does she stand by her statement that buying a South Auckland motel is a step forward when the motel's existing long-stay residents have received eviction notices and say that they fear being made homeless?
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, yes I do, and I'm absolutely assured by Housing New Zealand MSD, and actually note the comments from the current owner themselves, that no residents will be moved out unless they have somewhere more permanent to go. I'm sure the House doesn't miss the irony of your previous question now to this one about new supply coming through.
Supplementary.
Order. Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Can she confirm that her latest policy, throwing people out into the street in order to free up their accommodation for homeless people, came from the same logic as her other genius idea of paying people to move to Auckland and then paying them to leave Auckland?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
I can understand that the member doesn't want to listen to the answer because he doesn't like it, but the reality is that no one is being moved out unless they have somewhere more permanent to go. And unlike the member, I do not want to see families permanently living in motels. It should be a temporary emergency measure as we move them to more permanent, stable housing, which we are doing. So let me be really clear. Listen up, Mr. Twyford. No one is struggling with it. No one is being moved out unless they have somewhere more permanent to go and that is better for them.
Order. Order. Both sides now. Order. Phil Twyford, supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Why hasn't Housing New Zealand contacted these residents? Why have they just been sent eviction notices? And what does she say to the current motel residents who say in the paper today that they fear being made destitute and will end up sleeping on other people's couches?
The Honourable Paula
I imagine that those residents, unlike the member, can understand very clearly that they will not be moved out unless they have somewhere else to go. And even according to the previous owner, Mr. Kamal Mata, there is no hard and fast rule about when they are going. They have several months. There's no pressure on anyone to find a new place. So, Mr. Speaker, we will continue to work with those residents to ensure that they actually have a permanent, safe. And I quite frankly stand here now and say, unlike the member, we do not see an answer for them to be permanently in a motel like they currently are.
Order. Phil Twyford, supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Doesn't this just say it all about her Mickey Mouse housing policy, kicking out vulnerable people as a way of somehow helping the homeless? And why has the government been selling off state houses instead of building thousands more?
I shall try again, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
So those people are not being kicked out. We are going to work with them to ensure that they have permanent and safe housing that is better suited to their needs. Mr. Speaker, I am absolutely thrilled that yet again I have to tell the member about the 3,000 new Housing New Zealand homes that are coming on board. Northcote itself, just an announcement last Friday, which obviously is a great one as well, seeing more houses coming on there. On average, every single week, there are 15 new places that are coming on board just via Housing New Zealand.